Thank you, Jehovah Heavenly Father, for everything you do for me. And for this New Year's Day, Lord, I ask the Holy Spirit to intercede on my behalf as I read and pray. In Yeshua's precious name I pray. Amen. Proverbs 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand the words of understanding, to receive instruction in prudence, rightness, and judgment, and uprightness, to give to the simple prudence, to the young man knowledge and discretion. The wise hears and increases learning, and the understanding wise counsel will get. To understand a proverb and an enigma, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of Jehovah is the beginning of knowledge. Wisdom and instruction fools despise. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and do not do forsake your mother's teaching. For ornaments of grace they are to your head, and necklaces for your neck. My son, if lure you, sinners, not to be willing. If they say, walk with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us lurk for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them as Sheol alive and whole, as those going into the pit. All wealth precious we shall find. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Your lot let fall among us. One purse shall be for all of us. My son, not to walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their path. For their feet to evil run, and they hasten to shed blood. For in vain is spread the net in the eyes of every lord of the wing. And they for their own blood lie in wait. They lurk secretly for their own souls. So are the ways of everyone who gains unjust gain. The soul of its owner he takes. Wisdom outside cries aloud. In the plaza she gives her voice. At the head of the commotion places she cools. At the opening of the gates, in the city, her words she speaks. Until when, simple ones, will you love simplicity, and scorners scorn will desire for them, and fools will hate knowledge? Turn back at my warning. Behold, I will pour out to you my spirit. I will make known my words to you. Because I have called, and you refused. I extended a hand, yet none inclines. And you ignored all my advice, and my warning not you wanted. Also, I in your calamity will laugh. I will mock when comes your dread. When comes like a storm your dread, and your calamity like a tempest arrives. When comes upon you distress and constraint, then they shall call on me, and not I will answer. They shall seek me early, but not shall find me. Instead they hated knowledge, and the fear of Jehovah not chose. Not they wanted my counsel, they despised all my reproof. And they shall eat of the fruit of their own way, and with their own devices be filled. For the going astray of the simple slays them, and the ease of fools destroys them. But one listening to me shall dwell securely, and shall be at ease from fear of evil. Lamentations 2. How has clouded in his anger the Lord, the daughter of Zion. He cast from the heavens to the earth the beauty of Israel, and not remembered the stool of his foot. In the day of his anger, swallowed up the Lord, not pitied all the abodes of Jacob. He destroyed in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He made touch to the earth. He has defiled the kingdom and its rulers. He cut off in heat of anger all the horn of Israel. He has turned back his right hand from the face of He has turned back his right hand from the face of the haters, and he burned in Jacob as a fire of flame. It consumes all around. He trod his bow like a hater, set his right hand like a foe, and killed all these desirable to the eye in the tent of Zion, in the tent of the daughter of Zion. He poured out like a fire his fury. The Lord was like a hater. He swallowed Israel. He swallowed all his palaces, destroyed his strongholds, and he increased in Judah's daughter mourning and weeping. And he violated like a garden his booth, destroyed his meetings, made forget Jehovah in Zion, meeting places and Sabbaths, and he rejected in the fury of his anger king and priest. The Lord has cast off his altar. He rejected his holy place. He has delivered into the hater's hand the walls of her palaces. A noise they gave in the house of Jehovah as a day of meeting, determined Jehovah to destroy the wall of Zion's daughter. He stretched a line, not he has returned his hand from swallowing, and he made lament rampart and wall, together they languish, have sunk in the earth her gates. He dispersed and shattered her bars. Her kings and her rulers are among the nations. Is not the law, also her prophets, not have found a vision from Jehovah? They sit on the ground, are silent, the elders of Zion's daughter. They send up dust on their head, they gird on sackcloth. Let hang to the ground their heads, the virgins of Jerusalem. And at an end, with tears my eyes ferment my bowels, is poured on the ground my liver, for the ruin of my people's daughter, in the fainting of children and sucklings in the plaza of the city. To their mothers they say, where are the grain and wine? In their fainting like the wounded in the plazas of the city, in their pouring out their lives to the bosom of their mothers. What can I testify for you? What shall I compare to you, O daughter, O Jerusalem's daughter? What shall I equate you to, that I may comfort you, O virgin daughter of Zion? For great, like the sea, is your crushing. Who can heal you? Your prophets visioned for you falsehood and folly, and not disclosed about your iniquity, to turn back your captivity. And they visioned for you burdens of falsehood and seductions. Clap at you their palms, all passing by the way. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. Is this the city which they called the perfection of beauty, the joy of all the earth? Have opened against you their mouth all your haters. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed up. Surely this is the day for which we waited. We have found, we have seen it. Jehovah has done that which he planned. He fulfilled his word which he commanded from days of antiquity. He has dashed and not pitied. He made glad over you the hater. He raised the horn of your foes. Their heart cried to the Lord. O wall of Zion's daughter, let go out like a torrent tears by day and night, not to give relief to yourself, not to let rest the daughter of your eye. Arise, cry out in the night, at the head of the watches. Pour out like waters your heart before the face of the Lord. Lift up to him your palms, for the life of your children who are faint with hunger at the head of every open place. See, O Jehovah, and look. To whom have you done thus? Should eat women their fruit, children of tender care? Should be killed in the holy place of the Lord, priest and prophet? Lie down on the ground. of the open places, young and old, my virgins and my choice youth have fallen by the sword. You have killed in the day of your anger. You have killed, not you have pitied. You have called, as in a day of appointed meeting, my terrors all around, and not was in the day of the anger of Jehovah an escapee or a survivor. Whom I have nursed and multiplied, my enemy has consumed them. Thank you, Jehovah, for your kindness to me, for what you do for my life, for what you do for my people, and for what you do for my family. Thank you for your kindness to me. I lift up Mrs. Ravel. I lift up the Uyghurs, Lord. Uyghurs, Uyghurs of China. Lord, I lift them up to you in prayer and ask for their release, Lord. Ask that China release all the Uyghurs. And Lord, I lift up the one that I love. Be with him and watch over him. And also, Lord, be with my brother and his family, and Peggy and Demario and Peggy's husband. And if I'm forgetting anything, I thank you for your kindness to me. In Yeshua's precious name I pray. Amen. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Have a great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing.